This is your man who did it this time, coming at you with another episode of Cross References. And on this edition, we are going to cover the division. The division in the NBA, man. The playoff edition, I guess. Good old Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe have upped the ante in their rhetoric. And if y'all hear echo in the background, I do apologize. I shouldn't say the other day, but I want to say it was on Thursday. They were covering the series that will occur on Sunday between the Clippers and the Suns. And by the end, I will give my take. And they were talking about the obvious. Russell Westbrook versus Kevin Durant. Not necessarily a reunion, but it kind of is. But I want to tell you guys something that I've been catching with Skip. He's very irritated at the moment because a lot of brothers are unifying. And it's a tragedy for some of you liberals, because I do think that you follow a lot of the blueprint with these so-called liberals, and in Skip Bayless's case, the white evangelical movement who poses as your friend. He is under the assumption that Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant are still at odds and there's beef. Kevin Durant has went above and beyond to let the world know that he thinks the punitive attack upon his brother at one time, Russell Westbrook, is over the top. If you all follow a couple, maybe a year ago, Kevin left Russ out of his top 5 favorite teammates. Stephen A and those guys made a big deal about it. I think Shannon Sharpe did too, and I apologize for thinking. I encourage all you content creators to try to eliminate that word called think. We want you to think when it comes to the microcosm of this society and dealing with your oppressor and the enemy. But when you use statements like I think, nah. In this truth movement, and I shouldn't say movement, when it comes to brothers out here bringing the truth, you truth terrorists out there like Basketball Facts and Too Raw for TV. Welcome to HDTV, one of the best channels I've ever watched. Ticket TV, Carcino, the list goes on, right? Them brothers like to come at you with their honest opinion, and they could give a damn what you think, pardon my language. But when it comes to giving reports, try to eliminate thinking so much and tell us what you know. Well, what I know at the moment is Skip Bayless is doing a damn good job of trying to divide. See, the attack that they put on Russell Westbrook month in and month out was excessive. People who don't even like Russell Westbrook came to his defense, such as at one time Dame Lillard and Reggie Jackson and other players, Pat Beverly. But Kevin Durant is different. He's a superstar. He's a unicorn in some people's mind. He's a 7-foot monster, Shannon Sharpe calls him. And at one time, he was the best player in the NBA and could be again. However, instead of covering the series and the matchups between Russ and CP3, Devin Booker, and maybe not necessarily Paul George, the young man Powell, and Kevin up against Kawhi, because there's some not necessarily animosity, but we really don't know who got the best of who, because Kawhi was hurt one year because of Jaja Pachulia. Then Kevin was hurt with the Achilles, and then there was a statement that Kevin Durant had made in regards to Kawhi being a system player, and so on and so on. I think that should be, look at me saying I think, that should be the main topic. The superstar versus the superstar. The face of both franchises. Unfortunately, it is not. We are talking about senseless BS. Similar to Max Kellerman, similar to Vlad TV, Skip Bayless is no different. He loves to see us go at one another. So, while you're cheering for your teams this weekend and so on, while you represent who you like and you want to see certain players ball out, once it becomes personal between men and organizations, and they say it's over, we should be rejoicing as men of color and people who support the NBA. We should not be upset when brothers squash the beef. i.e. Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas, Karl Malone and Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah got a lot of bones with a lot of people from the past. We should not be in an uproar and hyping up what we think. Kendrick Perkins, oh, I know they still got beef. Do you, Kendrick? Do you really know? So, with all that being said, I encourage you all to enjoy that series. And my take, because I never really give my takes when it comes to who's going to win, I think it will be a 6-game series, and between Russ, Kawhi, Kevin, CP3, Ayton, and Powell, Norman Powell. It's unfortunate one of those guys will either get hurt or hurt seriously, almost into injury, and that will be the shift change of the series. Kevin Durant is no longer a spring chicken. Kawhi obviously is dented up. Russell Westbrook is going to be playing 100 miles an hour. Chris Paul is a cheap shot artist. It's going to be interesting to see how they counter one another. But the pick, my heart is leaning towards the Clippers because I do believe that Russell Westbrook took a serious lashing. And he played so hard. So my heart is telling me the Clippers. My mind is telling me Kevin Durant can make it look so easy. But if Devin Booker falls in love with the offensive end and doesn't watch Norman Powell, and Norman Powell averages anything above 15 points, the Clippers will win in 6. So I'm going to do like Ticket and the rest of you guys, my father included. I'm going with the Clippers, man. And I'm going with the Suns' excuse to be we didn't have all our pieces and we didn't mesh. And that will be the storyline for the offseason. All right, so this is just a cross-reference. Y'all be blessed. Peace.